Hello and welcome back to another video on my operating system project. So it's been a while since I've done a video on the operating system, a few months. I've had some health issues, I guess, but I'm on the mend, and I thought I'd get back into it and I'll just close up some stuff. I was debugging my tried to do a video last night, but it didn't record, so I was just trying to work out what was wrong. Then I made some changes to my, I made some changes to my script that kind of records the video, but I've got an idea to kind of take this out because I'm also using that same script to record videos for other videos that aren't related to the operating system. So I might just kind of go to that. But yeah, so I tried making a video yesterday, and what it was going through was basically my thoughts on some bugs. So if we run this guy, so we can start. I wonder if the anti-alias shows up. I should check for it a bit more. So we can spawn a window. Yeah, that's like real bad. I'll move this mouse because we don't actually have one. So you can get that and see if we move it about. It doesn't kind of update this last one, so that's one of the bugs, but it's probably not the one I'm going to address today. That one is if I do a switch, the cursor shows us here, which also seems a bit buggy because it should be down there, so maybe moving is a bit funny. But we've actually gone back over to here, and even when we kind of type something, it does a weird scroll on this, so it kind of just looks a bit glitchy. If we kind of move it at all, it will redraw the whole thing. So that is kind of what I'm trying to do, is basically fix this redraw issue. So it has a couple of sub bugs that will probably get fixed by fixing the main issue, which scrolling up kind of takes the overlapped window and scrolls it, and that's because like it's the term's kind of assuming that it's the only one still, and the cursor doesn't move. Cursor did something funny on the scroll as well, so I might cursor does something weird on scroll. But yeah, so I also wonder whether this should be a bit bigger. Yeah, that changed that. Cool. It's been a while since doing a video, so I need to remember the things that need doing. So yeah, basically the way it's implemented at the moment is the term class, or term file utility, that kind of deals with a lot of its drawing capabilities, and it shouldn't really be doing that. And when I kind of first created this window manager type thing, I'm also creating a new terminal from within that, which seems a bit funny because a lot of things in the terminal need to know about the existence of its window surrounding, I guess. Like when, yeah, it basically needs to know what to redraw, but it's more the other way around. Yeah, this window redraw, where did I see it? Yeah, the window needs to have a redraw function, which will be term redraw. And so I guess this first comment, I mean, I did it yesterday in a video, which I usually could re-watch and see what I was thinking when I wrote it. But alas, technology. I did an upgrade, so like things stopped working. I just like upgrades that change functionality. Like sure, give more functionality, but like don't break existing functionality. Right. Anyway, yeah. So the window struct needs a couple of things to basically say this is the object that is inside of my window. So if we get out of this mode. How are we doing this? Can we just have that? And I think that yeah, I kind of want it like that. Yeah, so basically this is a window. It's got like a border and it's got some things. You can also have a floating window like this one I have behind it. What do you call it? Webcam. That spot is there. That's what it looks like to me. Just it starts a new thing to just pop up under there. But anyway, so the window kind of needs to know what is running inside it. So whenever it like does a redraw, which I guess if I have it back in this mode, switching between these will necessitate a redraw, and that redraw kind of needs to bubble up that redraw, like so it needs to have like instead of calling the VGA functions directly, it will just have like a window pixel and I'll call that on the window. And yeah, so that's why like I guess like the term redraw can take the window, so when it bubbles it back up, you can, yeah. I'll have a look at some stuff and see how far we get with implementing things. Yeah, there's like stuff with like the terminal knowing an offset and vice versa, and so a lot of the stuff in term is basically going to get shifted to the window and kind of makes it more split out, so then you can have like a window with something else that isn't the terminal, and you don't have to like copy all the code again for that one, and term will become significantly smaller because it's not doing as much drawing. It still needs to do some drawing, and yeah, I had some ideas about scrolling where the scrolling might get done in the window, so you could have other scrollable windows. But sometimes it could be nicer to have the scroll in the term. We'll see how far we get, but an easy win would probably just get this redraw functionality and basically see where we get from there. So if we look at window, if I remember how to type, and if we look at the struct, so I guess we want to add more things, I guess. What's the buffer for? Yeah, so this just has like that and like old code rot. It's yeah, so we like get a buffer. What is this doing? Just seems odd. How was calc? It was number in size. Oh yeah, calc. Yeah. it's not realloc. I was thinking it was realloc. So number and size. So this is basically just the size of, yeah, so EDX will be like the size of whatever's getting stored for each pixel, and EAX is the width times height. So yeah, that buffer is kind of doing that. Yeah, so I guess that's another thing that, like, when I'm doing this kind of switch, it probably doesn't have to ask term to redraw, because redraw probably only needs happening on like a resize event, so that got like a bit smaller, that got a bit bigger again, and so like it might redraw there. It might be a bit clearer to see if it was like that. And yeah, in this case, like if we like have like a 1 somewhere up there, if we have it at the top there, oh, it still does it. But like if we had like a long line for that, it becomes not a long line on this one. And if we get it up the top, then like we get some stuff cut off when it resizes. So that's going to do a resize, but I think this shouldn't, and it appears to be a bit quicker. Hard to know, there's like other windowing events going on. And so what we could do is basically the term updates that buffer, and when the switch window event happens, we just redraw that buffer. And we only really call the redraw function if yeah, only really redraw if we have that switch event, which, yeah, ironically, yeah, that would actually make so currently the redraw like doesn't actually do anything. So what I think I need to do is we want what do I want to call this? Like, I might just call it object, but that is kind of confusing. And redraw func. Yeah, maybe I'll call it that. So redraw. So in window new, the window new probably wants to get past that. Yeah, I think that is what we want. So it'll be like a void star, I guess. In fact, do we have a no, we don't. I think we've got includes. No, that wouldn't really. So that is going to be the render obj, and this is going to be like weird syntax. I think it's like void star bracket render, like, and it is going to take void star because it's going to take that render object. Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. So then we can do this and func and do that too. And window init, we probably want to pass in. This is like a bug of one of the things. my macro I use, this should also be EQ. The macro I use for EQ means I can't pass them like this, which would be a bit nicer, because it kind of pulls it from the stack, and in the C chord, like the stack will get changed. But yeah, if we go EAX, ECX there, and we don't really care about EAX and ECX there. So here we can have the same as new actually. So we can probably go to init like that and paste that. Now we need, doesn't even matter, that stuff anyway. Render obj equals that, and render func is 3. And here we can render obj, and here we can just do the what is it, render obj, and this can be there. And then in window redraw, we probably want push edx and pop ex. And how do we normally get this? This is probably a decentish way to do it. And yeah, instead of for free, we want to move, say, EAX to be window dot render obj, and maybe ECX can be the func, and we will then call ECX. Oh, we could actually just go window dot render func. I think we can actually do this, render func there, and do that. Yeah. And then I think in source lib term, when we go term new, this should be doing some window stuff, I think. But for now, I guess we could just look in winman and term new. We kind of just do it here. So this is like after a window has been created. Yep. So yeah. Yeah, I'm unsure about that, but yeah, I guess when this window new happens, that is when we wanted to window new, so we wanted to pass in the like the render object and the render func, but we'll probably have to pull those out. Or like no, it kind of makes sense doing it here. But I will copy that into stuff and do that, and like maybe go back to that one and do a space. And here we want that and that, and now we want window new, and before that we probably want to go render object. Do something like that, which we'll call the window new with that information. So then where is this called? Window new window, it's called here. And so this we could probably yeah. I'm wondering if that broke things. My headphones just turned off. No, I think it didn't actually, because nothing was playing through it, and I turned off the play noises mix in. Yeah, it gets like kind of tricky here because the terminal doesn't know about the window yet. And I'm also wondering whether the notion should be that like terminal extends a window. Gosh, that isn't what I wanted. That's probably going to make the video a bit funny. Might be alright. So if the terminal kind of just inherits everything a window is, then that's not quite what I'm thinking. But yeah, I guess the current problem is the terminal was created after the window, because creating the window creates like creating the window creates the standard in for what the terminal is going to read. So the terminal is the one that kind of needs to initialize the window. So I think here we probably actually just want yeah, I think I kind of just want that. kind of want to know what it was doing. And then so source builder term struct. Here we want a window. Cool. Window. That. Source builder term. So in here, when we do term OI, might have to put a pause. Feels funny to set up, I guess. Yeah. I guess it's kind of a chicken and egg thing. Thoughts. Term needs to know about window. Window also needs to know about term. Who sets what? Yeah, I might just leave it there because I'm not feeling too great. So we'll do goodbye for here. Haven't implemented anything, but it's kind of good to go and think about things, and slowly the code rock gets better. Thanks for watching.